Do it all forever. Hello, welcome. Where I, Carl, am doing a live session once again. So, first tuning in, hope you're well and having a great week. So, part two, how to reset and get back after holidays. So, if you've checked out the first video, you've probably set yourself a few things to do, and now we're here to review and help you unpack kind of what would the next step be. Um, yeah, welcome. So hopefully you are someone who has set a plan and that plan is to succeed. Now, one thing to unpack when it comes to success is the smaller step, the easier it is. So a lot of the time, last week I was chatting with someone, they went from training 4 hours a week and they've now ramped up to training 20 hours in the week. They're tired, they're lethargic, and they're not sure what's going on. And I was like, well, what if you just trained an extra hour? And when I say 20 hours, she was doing like 2 hours of cardio, which is just excessive. But she was getting results, so she was happy. But the thing is, where to next? 24 hours, 28 hours, 32 hours. It's just like, okay, well, when do you sleep? You never sleep. You'll sleep when you're dead. Not a great mentality to have because that's where you burn out. So what I want you to understand is whatever your goals are, whatever you set yourself, anything is achievable. It all comes down to the mindset, but also the tools that you use. So some of the tools that you can use is reflection logs and 50-minute check-ins. These allow you to see where the gaps are or where the ability or potential for you to slot things in easily. So it just becomes part of your day. So you're as consistent as you can. So reflection log, you may go, I want to lose 10 kilos and I want to lose it now. Well, have a reflection of what you're doing day to day over this 7-day period, and then implement small strategies. You could increase your steps by 1,000. That would make you move more, burn more energy. Then the week after that, go 2,000 more steps, then 3,000, then 4,000. And you're reflecting through the week, and you might find once you've now done an extra 10,000 steps, you start to feel niggles in the hips, you start to feel a bit uncomfortable. Cool, drop it back down to 8,000, maintain that high level, and then look at where you can make a change elsewhere. Maybe you then start to train in the gym, because through your reflections, you didn't have an hour to train or exercise. But now that you've brought your steps down, that slot of time that you had allocated to training, you can now, to walking, sorry, you can now allocate that to training because it's now part of your routine. So rather than just go, I have to train 4 times a week, look at those smaller things that you can start with. Like a gentleman, like big shout out to a man called Andrew. He started with us 5 weeks ago. He's dropped 7 kilos of weight already. He's actually eating more, and we're now at a point where he can't eat more. He has to, in my opinion, because he's still losing weight, eating more. And I want to push him to a point that he stops losing the weight. But weight keeps melting off, which is awesome. He's surprised. But I'm not hugely. But he started with the 1 hour training slot. And then after 2 weeks, he's now doing 50 minutes before his training, doing his correctives in his warm-up, so then he can get into the training. And now we're 6 weeks in, and now he's doing 15 minutes of movement or on the stepper or Stairmaster on a treadmill, and then his corrective warm-up, and then he trains. So he's slowly building in a little more routine and activity day to day. So looking at where those little gems are for yourself. And so reflection is a powerful tool. Look, high-performing individuals, in my opinion, are people that look and reflect on their day-to-day and look, where can I be better? Sometimes they're like, I'm great enough, and that's awesome. But you might find there's a little gap somewhere where you maybe 15 minutes to yourself, you go for a walk, get some sunlight, and that's what your body needs to recover, replenish, restore, and also just to move a little bit more, which, movement, rotations, extensions always feel great for our back. It could be a simple, I need to find more time to drink more water. And if you're like that type of person, little strategy for you is get your phone, get the calendar, get the timer and alarm, set alarms for yourself to remind yourself when you have water. So that's a reflection log, reflecting, looking at where you can make changes and improvements. Now, if you're thinking, Carl, that's too hard, again, totally respect that. One thing you could then do is break your day, get a Google Sheet tab, and literally join our email list, we'll send it to you. It's got a 15-minute check, literally 5 a.m. all the way to the time you go to bed, 15-minute slots. Print it out, put it next to your computer or your table, and it's there. And when you notice you've got brain fog, lethargic, tired, or something's different from your routine, you write it down. And you could be like, I have brain fog at 12, I get a coffee. I feel hungry at 3. Well, cool. The strategy then for you is, it's not about training or exercise. Well, it could be. you could say, okay, before the 12 o'clock, the brain fog kicks in. Maybe at 11:30, you have something to eat. Maybe you then just take deep breaths, go for a walk. Maybe you stand up. It could be as simple as this is you just starting to move. Feet hip width apart, arms up nice and tall. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, stand up and squat. Exhale, fold forward, stand up and squat. Shout out to Kylie, who's actually, she wants to move more, but not quite sure. It feels like she needs to change her program. What we've just done is we've given her 2 sets of 25 reps of squats. Big breath up, exhale down. She's having trouble falling asleep. Now that expands her torso, helps the ribs and everything move, and exhale and then compresses. So she's working on mobilizing her body and breathing, but just through squats. She has 2 sets of that, and she now feels she's sleeping a little bit more. Well, that's because now she's more open. And that was because in that log we found she'd get tired in the evening, couldn't fall asleep. So when you're tired, you go into this posture. So we utilize that to open her up, move her through. And then also she likes to squat, feels a bit of burn in the legs, feels happier because she's now moving more. And that was the strategy for her. So 15-minute checklist to see where maybe something's going on, body's breaking down, you're feeling lethargic or tired, and then you just slot in something to help. You might go, hey, Carl, I did the 15-minute, the squat thing, didn't work. Cool, change it. Maybe a surprise attack with someone, wrestling, or maybe that's when you have tea, maybe you eat something, maybe that's when you just have a break, go for a walk outside, get some sunlight on that lovely skin of yours, and you slowly chip away and find something that works. Now, my opinion, if you just book in a structural balance assessment with someone at Vitruvian Health, we're going to be able to unpack what's going on with your body, be able to strengthen it, get it moving ASAP, a lot faster and sooner. But again, these are tools that you can apply for yourself and you can chip away with it. So if you're like me and you're OCD and you want to know the answers straight away, then I always recommend booking in, see one of our guys. But again, these are the tools to help you, and I wish you all the best with phase 2 of making a little adjustment in your routine. Now, Carl, can you sum that up in 20 seconds? Yes. When it comes to your success, reflect on the day-to-day, and then ask yourself, where can I make a change in my training, my movement, my nutrition, or supplementation? So those are some things to look at. You can either train more, move more, or less, move more, move less, eat more, eat less, or take supplementation, or take them out. And then something will happen. If you're happy with the result, keep doing that. If you're not, make the change again. You can make that daily or weekly or monthly. Enjoy. I think that was 21 seconds. Sorry about that. Adios, amigos.